You did it. You press play, and that is the very first step in committing to your regular Pilates practice. My name is Kira, and I am the founder of Contrology Freak. This is your basic Pilates mat workout. But first, fun fact, Joseph Pilates, the man who created this exercise system, actually called it Contrology, the art and science of controlled movement. So I want you to keep that in mind every single time you get on the mat. That's 4 times a week. Every single time you get on the mat, I want you to try to find more and more control in each exercise. That control comes from your powerhouse. And we're going to talk a lot more about powerhouse in the Pilates Phonics video, which is coming up next. So keep your eyes on your inbox. In the meantime, let's get this first workout in. I'll meet you on the mat. So you can either meet me in a seated position on the mat, but I'm going to show you how we traditionally descend onto the mat. So start at the very top edge of the mat with your feet parallel and together, hands on your hips. Pivot on your heels, opening your feet into Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart. Push the ball of your big toe, the small toe in the center of your heel into the floor. Root down into the floor with your feet. Stack your arms one on top of the other. Press the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Cross one leg in front of the other. Press your inner thighs together. With control, lower your hips onto the mat while pressing your head up towards the ceiling. Take your hands behind you, scoop back so that your knees are bent, feet are flat, and they're hip distance apart. Press your hands firmly at the backs of your thighs to help you lift up tall. You should feel yourself on top of your sits bones with the top of your head reaching for the ceiling, shoulders relaxed. Try to round your lower back and then roll all the way up to the tops of your sits bones. Press your hands firmly into your thighs, that's your resistance. As you curl your tailbone under, you're rolling over your sit bones, your elbows stay bent. And then roll all the way up to the tops of your sits bones. One more, curl your tailbone under, round just through your lower back. The top of my head is still reaching up towards the ceiling. Sit all the way up, adding on. Curl your tailbone under, reaching your tailbone to the front edge of the mat. Keep reaching your tailbone under and pull your navel to the back edge of the mat. So my tailbone is reaching forward between my feet. My navel is traveling all the way to the back edge of the mat. Pause here with your arms straight. Can you curl your tailbone under a little bit more so you feel the backs of your hips press into the mat? And then pull your navel way back to the back edge of the mat. Start to slide your hands down your thighs and feel your lower back touch the floor. And then you'll feel your waist and then your ribs stop when you feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades at the mat and you're in your chest curl. Hold here, pulling your navel in and up. Reach your fingertips past your ankles, take an inhale. Exhale, rest your head and shoulder blades all the way down. Now you're ready for the 100. Bend your knees into your chest one at a time. Press your legs together. Pull them in, either holding onto your shins or the backs of your thighs, whichever feels more comfortable. Keep pulling your lower abdominals away from your thighs. Inhale, cervical nod. Exhale, chest curl. Curl up as high as you can, bending at the bottom of your chest bone. Curl up a little bit higher, trying to get your forehead closer to your knees. And then a little bit higher, reach your arms forward, legs up. Heels together, toes apart. Press your legs together and pump. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Empty your lungs. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Scoop in and up. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach so much it feels like your armpits are sliding down towards your hips. And again, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Vigorous pump, 6 to 8 inches above your powerhouse. And again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe fully. Empty your lungs. One more set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach from your armpits, pull your navel back. Bend your knees, rest your head. Turn your head from side to side. Grab the backs of your legs, rock up to seated for the half roll back, which will feel kind of like a repeat of what we did. Press your hands into your thighs, lift your spine. Pelvic tilt. Curl your tailbone under, roll over your sits bones. Tailbone is reaching to the front edge of your mat. Navel is reaching to the back edge of your mat. Deepen that pelvic tilt. Try to make your front body as concave as you can. Keep it concave, bend your elbows and round forward. Your waist trails behind. Stop with your forehead over your knees. Really press your hands into your thighs and pull your waist back, curl your tailbone under. Roll all the way up, lift your spine. Curl your tailbone under. Use your arms as resistance. Keep pulling your abdominals to the back edge of the mat as your tailbone goes to the front edge of the mat. Try to feel the backs of your hips touch the mat. Try to keep your pelvis exactly where it is. Round over your own hips. It'll give you a nice stretch in your spine. Bring your forehead over your knees. From your lower abdominals, roll all the way up to a tall seated position. Curl your tailbone under. Try to pull your navel to the back edge of the mat, tailbone to the front edge of the mat. Stop when your arms are straight. Deepen that scoop in your powerhouse, trying to get the backs of your hips on the mat. Then from here, take a big inhale. Exhale, reach your arms forward. Now curl your tailbone under more and then roll down one bone at a time. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling so they're perpendicular to your mat. Chest curl. Lift your head and shoulder blades up, look between your inner thighs. And then try to curl up a little bit higher, reaching the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Then lower all the way back down. And again, lift your head and shoulder blades up, bending at the bottom of your chest bone. Press these ribs into the mat to curl up a little bit higher, and then lower all the way back down. Adding on, lift your head and shoulder blades up. Now press your ribs into the mat, waist into the mat, roll all the way up, round forward, forehead over your knees. Keep curling your tailbone under, and then roll to the backs of your hips first. Once you feel the backs of your hips, pull your waist all the way to the back edge of the mat, roll down, arms go up. You can also use your hands. Lift your head and shoulder blades up. Press into the mat with your ribs. Grab your thighs. Press your waist into the mat. Roll up, round forward. Reach your arms forward. Relax your shoulders. Curl your tailbone under. Start to roll back. If you need to grab the backs of your thighs, do that, because the goal of the exercise is to articulate through your spine one bone at a time. I'll do one more without the help of my hands. Lift your head and shoulder blades up. Articulate one bone at a time into the mat and off of the mat. Round forward. Then starting with your tailbone, curl under. Hips touch the mat first. Pull your navel back, tailbone forward. Rest your head, arms go up. Single leg circle. We'll stretch our hamstrings first. Bend your right knee into your chest. From here, press your leg into a tabletop. I'm constantly pushing my thigh forward into my hands so my arms stay straight. Pull your navel to the back edge of the mat. Stretch and bend 4 times. Try to straighten your knee all the way. Try to keep your hips heavy versus tucking. Keep your legs straight this time. Keep pushing your thigh forward or away from you. Flex and point 4 times. Last one. Take your hands, grab your thigh, rotate your thigh bone inside your hip socket so your knee points away from you. Line your toes up right in front of your nose. Press your hands into the mat. The goal is stable hips and shoulders. Cross your leg over your body in line with your left shoulder. Keep your right hip down. Exhale, small circle around to your right shoulder and stop center. You cross over your body. Exhale to circle it around and lift. That's 2. Inhale, cross. Exhale, circle your leg around and lift. Cross. You're stirring your thigh bone in the inside of your hip socket. Last one, cross. Exhale, and then reverse. Really press your hands into the floor. Open. Pull your navel up the length of your spine as you circle. Open. Pull your navel back as your leg goes forward and down. 3 more. Open. Pull your navel in and up and lift. Last 2. Open. Exhale around and lift. Final 1. Open. Exhale. Lift. Hug that knee into your chest. Lower your foot down and meet the other one. Bend your left knee in. Grab the back of your thigh. This time I'm going to demonstrate with a straight right leg. Your back of your thigh should press into the mat and your foot is flexed like you're standing on the wall in front of you. Push your left thigh forward, stretch and bend 4 times. Stretch and bend. Leg goes up, pull your navel to the back edge of the mat. 2 more. you straighten your left leg, press the back of your right thigh into the floor. Hold. Flex and point. 2 more. This time you keep your toes extended up towards the ceiling. Rotate your thigh in your hip socket, your knee points away from you. Line your toes up in front of your nose. Press your hands into the mat. Pull your navel in and up. Inhale, cross your leg over to the right shoulder, down around to the left shoulder, and stop center. Stable hips, cross. Exhale around and lift. 3 more, cross. Exhale around and lift. Cross. Really exhale to squeeze the air out for stability. 1 more, cross. Exhale, and then reverse. Open and pause. Anchor the back of this right hip. Circle it down, around, and lift. Open. Right hip stays heavy. Circle it around and lift. 3 more. Open. Exhale around and lift. Open. Right shoulder, nose. Final one. Left shoulder, around to the right shoulder. Center. Hug your knee into your chest. We're going to roll up to a seated position. So I'm going to add a little challenge. Straighten your legs. Flex your feet so it's like you're standing up on a wall. Arms go up towards the ceiling. As you reach through your inner heels, press the backs of your upper inner thighs together. Chest curl. Keep reaching your inner heels forward. Roll up, round forward, and reach your forehead, or the crown of your head towards your knees, fingertips towards your toes. And then drop your sits bones to roll all the way up to seated. Rolling back. Hands go next to your hips. Plant your feet in a Pilates stance. Lift your hips, do a pelvic tilt. Reach your tailbone towards your heels and sit directly behind your heels as close as you can, because that rounds your back and gives you something to roll on. Pull your waist back, making your abs concave. Release your hands, grab your ankles, lift your feet up, and find your balance on the back of your tailbone. Make sure you're not thrusting your ribs forward towards your thighs, because that makes your back flat. You can't roll on that. So press your front ribs into your back ribs, ears between your knees. Use the strength of your arms to pull your heels towards your tailbone. Hold this shape, and then tip yourself back a little bit and find your balance. You'll feel your lower abdominals kick in. And again, roll back a little bit more. That's what initiates the roll. So you're going to roll to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Lift your tailbone up, and then dive your head through your ears. And again, tailbone up, dive your head through your knees and head. And again, tailbone goes up, head goes forward. And again, tailbone goes up, pull your heels to your tailbone to come back up. 2 more, lift your tailbone towards your heels, heels to your tailbone. Final one, tailbone goes up towards your heels, heels to your tailbone, find your balance. Good, lower your feet. Place your hands behind you, slide back until your legs are straight. Press your legs together. Press the backs of your upper inner thighs together, arms parallel to the floor. Round forward, top of your head towards your knees. You're going to roll down. Curl your tailbone under. Keep pressing the backs of your upper inner thighs together. Try to get the backs of your hips on the mat. Pull your waist to the floor, ribs, shoulder blades, head. Bend your knees into your chest. You're ready for single leg stretch. Keep your knees into your chest. Your right hand continues holding onto your right ankle. As you extend your left leg up and forward, your left hand goes below your knee. So right hand goes to your ankle, left hand below your knee. Pull your knee to your shoulder, heel to your butt. Your big toe connects to the inside of your left knee. Take a big inhale, look down the bridge of your nose. Exhale, curl up into your chest curl. Switch. Your left hand grabs your left ankle, right leg goes on an upward diagonal. Switch. Right hand goes to your right ankle. Pull your lower abdominals in as you switch. Pull your lower abdominals in and then switch. Pull your navel in and up and switch a little faster. You pull it in, and notice I'm pulling with the strength of my arms. Pull and pull. One more set. Pull and pull. Hug both knees in. Rest your head and shoulders. Double leg stretch. Super glue your legs so you feel like you have one leg. Pull your abdominals away from your thighs. Cervical nod. Look down the bridge of your nose. Big exhale. Curl up, bending at the bottom of your chest bone. Bend a little bit more. Try to curl up a little bit higher. Inhale. Straighten your legs on an upward diagonal. Press your hands into your thighs firmly. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, legs forward, navel in and up. armpits down towards your hips and bend. And again, navel back, armpits forward. Exhale, bend. Rest your head, turn it from side to side. Rock up to seated for spine stretch. Hold on to the backs of your thighs. Dive your head forward. Straighten your legs so that your heels are on the bottom corners of the mat. I have what are called moon boxes. I'm going to make my legs wider, and you're welcome to do the same. If it's hard for you to sit up with a tall spine, if you're in this position, bend your knees and try to lift up onto your sit bones. Pull your abdominals in. Rest your fingertips on the mat. Curl your chin into your chest. Round forward. Press your hands into the mat. I'm pushing my hands down and forward and lifting my waist up and back, like my waist is trying to touch the top of the wall behind me. Then you slide your hands forward. Push your hands forward and down, waist up and back. One more, round forward. Drop your sits bones into the mat. Roll all the way up. Flex feet, chin into your chest. Exhale, and reach forward with your arms up with your waist. Exhale, reach forward. Reach forward, keep weight on your sit bones. Drop them into the mat, roll all the way up. Exhale, one more. Inhale, chin into your chest. Exhale, keep your chin on your chest as you round forward. Chin on your chest as you round forward. Chin on your chest as you round forward. Pull those lower abs in. Pull your abs in and up and roll all the way up to a seated position. And that's your basic mat. Your first basic Pilates mat workout with me. I want you to pause for a second and kind of assess how you feel. Were there any exercises that were particularly challenging to you? Were there any exercises that you felt like you kind of slayed? The cool thing about this practice is the repetition. Because you get on the mat 4 times a week, you're going to feel every single exercise get progressively easier for you. I'm still having aha moments like, oh man, that's what my teacher meant. Or, oh, that's how I use my powerhouse more effectively in that exercise. And you'll feel so much stronger and so much more empowered in your body. One thing that Joseph Pilates said that I love is that contrology is about training your mind to have mastery over your muscles. And that's really what it's about. You're practicing the art and science of controlled movement. Anyway, I can't wait for you to get back on the mat again. I cannot wait for you to practice the Pilates phonics because it's going to give you so much clarity around all the exercises that we did today. Thank you.